Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you've enjoyed your bank holiday. Usually I would upload around about 8 a.m. in the morning, but I wanted to spend time with my family due to it being bank holiday and stuff like that. So it's come out now. So if you are new around here and you've seen my face before, I do try to bring out Leeds United content on a daily basis when I possibly can. Of course, there's only like 5 days left now until the end of the transfer window. So when it comes to the end of the transfer window, I'll have to try and bring out a new series or something like that to be able to keep on bringing the content out for you. If not, then obviously it'll be a couple of videos a week, which is totally fine. And then as well, when it gets back into the transfer window, you guys will be obviously updated with as much information as I possibly can. So into today's video, we're going to be talking about Fabrizio Romano's confirmation finally of a player that has been linked to the club for God knows how many weeks. An ex-Leeds United player has joined a rival club, and then we're going to be talking a little bit about the Ipswich game and Sam Byram's injury. Let's get into today's video. Let's just talk a little bit about the player who left Leeds United a few weeks ago due to the fact that the 49ers for some reason didn't give him a new deal, and that is Adam Forshaw. He has now joined rivals Norwich City on a free basis on a 1-year deal, and to me I think it's I don't know, I think it's stupid how Leeds United are going out there and trying to buy a new centre defensive midfielder or a centre midfielder when we had a player of Adam Forshaw's quality. And because he's proven it before, and if Daniel Farke's system and philosophy is similar to Marcelo Bielsa's, just a little bit tweaked, then I don't see why Adam Forshaw wouldn't have been, in a sense, suited for the Championship for maybe one more season. Because I know we needed the depth. I know we're linked with a couple of players, and we're going to go into that a little bit today. But to me, I think letting him go was a mistake, because I personally thought he was a great player, he was a great asset, and towards the end of the season, towards the end of the campaign of the Premier League season, I thought he did well. I thought he dictated the midfield very well, he controlled the ball very well, he controlled the midfield very well, and yes, he's not really a progression player. He likes to play side to side or backwards, which I don't know if Daniel Farke would want that in a centre midfielder, because we know how aggressive he is when it comes to the attacking third. We saw against Ipswich how much the midfielders have to, in a sense, drive forward, especially that pass from Archie Gray, to Sinisterra, and we all saw the ball carrying Ethan Ampadu, which I don't know if Adam Forshaw could have provided. But yeah, it's been out in the news for a couple of days now. But I hope him well. I hope that he has a decent career at Norwich for the last couple of years, and I guess just hopefully he doesn't go through a long-term injury crisis yet again. So it is what it is. And obviously, on other injury news, we talked about a little bit like Sam Byram. From what Daniel Farke has come out saying, that it's not like a serious injury, but he will be out for a few weeks, I do believe. So that's the case, isn't it? We brought in a left back to replace Junior Firpo because he was injured, to, in a sense, give Leo Helder some in a sense some competition and an extra body in the left back position. But as well, is Leo Helder going to be in Daniel Farke's long-term solution? I don't really think so. Of course, there's rumours, and I'm going to go on that a little bit tomorrow. That's come out, but it's what we need. We need depth, and if we don't go out there in the last couple of days to try and bring in left back in, whether it's a free agent, whether it's a loan, whether it's someone from a lower division, because you can pick up some decent players from League One, then we're going to be struggling in any position that we don't have depth in. Because if Ethan Ampadu or Leo Helder gets injured, we don't have anyone really to cover there apart from James Shackleton, Sam Greenwood, and to be honest with you, I don't really think they're going to really be able to dictate the midfield and help Leeds United drive forward. So this is a worry, isn't it, with the whole situation that's happening with the club for many years. We just don't have the depth in any position, so we need to go out there in this transfer window in the last 5 days to be aggressive as possible to bring in some cover for Sam Byram. So yeah, that's a bit of a downer, because I thought he's been excellent. I really have thought he's been a tremendous signing for Leeds United this season, especially on a free agent as well, so I can't really complain, because he's had that Championship experience, he's had Premier League experience, and he knows the system very well. So it's a shame that he's injured, but it's not going to be a long-term injury, which is good news. So it is what it is. But as well, on to transfer news. Fabrizio Romano has come out and finally said that Leeds United have put a formal bid in for an official bidding, should we say, for Glen Kamara. And this one has been lingering around since the start of June, when the transfer window first opened, like 80 days ago, or 80 days ago. So it's nearly 60 days ago, whatever it is, sorry, should I say. And the Football Insider have come out and continuously pushed this story and said that Leeds United had an agreed deal, a deal agreed and all this type of stuff, but there was no official statement from Fabrizio, there was no official statement from David or Augenstein or Phil Hay or anyone like that, or even from the Scottish side of things. And it's only been the last couple of days where it's come back into the media and come back into fruition again. And as well today, Fabrizio Romano has come out and said that Leeds United have now officially put a bid in for the Finnish centre midfielder. And this one I'm really happy about. I don't know how well he's going to perform in the Championship, because obviously the Scottish League it's more of like a League One standard league, and he's great when it comes to midfield battling, he's great when it comes to progression, he's great when it comes to the ability to move the ball forward and I guess give the team a bit of extra depth. But he's wanted out from Rangers. Like, I've watched a couple of videos on him from the Rangers side of things. I've read a couple of articles as well saying that he's been pushing for a move now away from the club. I don't know whether that's because he's fallen out with the management team, or he doesn't like the way Beale has set up the system. I don't know. There's always some sort of like issue going on behind the closed doors. But if we can get him on a deal, I think it's worth about £4 to £5 million. So that's not a bad signing. It just depends if he's going to be able to go in there and fit the system and fit well in the Championship. So I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the Ipswich game, and from how we are playing at this present stage, I think Leeds United are on a upwards trajectory or whatever the word is, because I've always stood by my opinion, and I've always stood by and said that Leeds United are going to do well this year, as long as we can get our players back from injury, as long as we can bring in additions to the club. I think Leeds United would have gone out there and finished in the top four, and I'm still going to say that, in the top six, sorry, I'm still going to say that, because I have belief, I have hope. I believe that Daniel Farke and the lads are going to give everything they can this year. And to the people who are a little bit like pessimistic, just give the time, give the boys the chance, give Daniel Farke time, because at the end of the day, we're 4 games in. If we win one more game and results go our way, we're literally one position off like the playoffs. We could be in the playoffs if every team wins, but we're going in the right direction, you know. So with the front four, with Nonto, Rutter, Joel Perreault and Sidney Stera, that's very, very scary. And I said that in my pre-match, in my match reaction, that if we can keep these guys fit, Leeds United's front four is probably the best in the league, and it's the most scariest in the league, with how dynamic Nonto is, how dynamic and tricky Sidney Stera is, and as well with bringing in Perreault coming in as well, you know. It's a very scary one. And Rutter, if he can continue his form, if we can keep hold of Rutter for this season, then I think Leeds United are going to have a very, very strong season going forward. And his goal, Daniel Farke's goal, was to score 75 goals this season. We've almost scored 10 goals already in, is that 7 goals in 4 games? So we've almost scored 10 goals already. So there's a lot of games left. There's 42 games left. So I'm sure if we can keep on scoring, of course we need to keep the goals out, because we're conceding in every single game. So if we can go out there and get a new right back or a centre back or a new left back, then I think Leeds United could go out there and, in a sense, solidify the goals from going in. And I guess we'll be seeing that 75 goal benchmark. But if we can keep hold of the front four, then I think Leeds United are going to have a very, very great season. And would we want to go? Would we want to get promoted this year? Of course, I want to get back into the Premier League. But will we be ready for just one season, or our second season with Daniel Farke going into the Premier League? I don't know. Personally, the aim is to be promoted. I believe the aim is to be promoted back into the Premier League within the first season. But I guess it all depends on how well the players, in a sense, listen to Daniel Farke, how well the system works within the dressing room and the training ground, and I guess on the pitch. So it's going to be a very tricky one to come about, and especially if we do get back in, we're going to have to invest heavily again into the next season. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's positive news, finally some positive news around the club. We all knew that this was going to come ahead. We all was stressing, we was all getting upset about all the players going out, but at the same time, it's a rebuild, it's a project that we need to get rid of. The players who wanted to leave, they don't deserve to come back, in my opinion, and then we rebuild with bigger, better quality players for the seasons ahead. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video too, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.